Fox News coming to you live from Houston.
It's 5 o'clock and the weather's nice and breezy.
My name is Lindsay Wade and I will be talking to you about the Korean War that occurred from 1950 to 1953, involving North Korea, China, and Russia, opposing South Korea and some of the 21 nations including us. The Korean War was controversial, but initially caused by forces of international communism. Soldiers from North Korea came across the 38th parallel. By July, we came to aid South Korea, initially joining the war. After fighting back and forth across the 38th parallel, the fighting stalled. We tried to have some sort of armistice with North Koreans, fearing a bigger war would happen with Russia, China, and the U.S. forces. Finally, in July 1953, the Korean War came to an end. The Korean Peninsula remained divided.
This is Taylor Parker, and I will now be talking to you about the second topic of the day, the Vietnam War, which was the longest war in U.S. history from 1955 to 1975. Reasons the war even started was because the North Vietnamese government were fighting to reunify Vietnam under communist rule. They fought initially against forces from France and then to us because we backed up France. As we all know, we consider communism as the greatest rival and post-war threat to our democracies and capitalism. As our role to keep from spreading communism, we began to support South Korea in the war against Communist North. We also sent military aid to France with the goal of containing communism from spreading.
And we're back. This is Allison Reed with the third topic of the day. On May 1960, the USSR shot down an American U-2 spy plane. The U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, or the CIA, had been flying spy missions over the USSR for several years. This raised tensions between the United States and Soviets during the Cold War. The Soviets were mad and distrusted the United States, and the Soviet leader went into a bash with the United States.
I'm Samantha Hill with the last topic of the night. On August 13, 1961, the construction of the Berlin Wall began. The Berlin Wall was built in order to divide East and West Berlin. Before the wall was built, more than 3 million East Germans escaped to West Berlin as the GDR gradually strengthened its borders and restricted travel for its citizens. They wanted to stop the refugees. The wall was built in order to keep Western people from entering East Germany and undermining the socialist state. The wall was a symbolic boundary between communism and capitalism. On November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall started to come down. Many people of Berlin would take their own hammers and chisels and break down the wall themselves. Thank you for watching Fox News. Tune in tomorrow at the same time for more news on the Cold War. This is your local news station signing off.